Hello, my friends. Back at the cottage this time. You'll have seen from yesterday's exceptionally short video. I wasn't feeling that great, under the weather there, as they say. A lot better today. I'm still getting the odd cramp on my tummy, but I'm not making frequent runs to the loo. Too much information, Father John. Bessie Canoe, Oriental. 1 Churchillian pipe, gratis, Richard Vobes. I had hoped to show you more water treatment video today, which reminds me, oh no, and I haven't brought it. Oh bless. Oh well, the trouble with Amazon here is that they want a pass key for the fan, and I bought a fan for Monty. It's a Bladeless one. I might have to put a halt to this temporarily and go and retrieve my mobile phone. Excuse me, because I need to. There's a pass key for some reason that has to be signed for the fan. One sec, I'll be back. Oh, I'm back with my phone. As I was saying, yeah, Amazon, certain things need to be signed for. They say normally you get that sort of 8 stops away, 7 stops, but you can't count on that. Sometimes it says out for delivery, on its way, next thing, undeliverable. So I just need to keep an eye on it, because it's going to get very hot in the next few days. It's quite hot the last 2 days. Yeah, there's just nothing there at the moment. I'm going to keep refreshing that so I don't miss him. And if I do, I'm going to have to speed out of here because the track's right up the miles away. The joys of remote living, eh? Mind you, it's no different if you live in a town, I don't think, is it? They're always saying things are undeliverable and I couldn't, they don't knock at the door. They're so keen to get on, aren't they, and finish the job. Anyway, we'll keep our eye on that. So yeah, this is the problem, you see. It becomes the video's too late. Amazon always deliver late tea time, which means by the time you've sorted everything out for a video, the video wouldn't go out till 10 o'clock by the time I've had my talk and everything else. So I'm doing my talk now, because I can always do one tomorrow on what arrives. Other stuff did arrive today, which I am going to show you though, once I get stoked up. Quite a good smoker, this. It seems to have quite a thick briar, which helps. Monty's having a snooze at the moment. He had one of those moments where they just bounce off the walls. He actually began to scale the mesh door. I've got all the windows open and I've got the mesh down in the caravan. You get a hell of a through wind where it's situated, and it's also under the shade of trees, so actually the caravan is cooler than it is outside. And very cool in here, of course, in the cottage. I'm just breaking up some of this Bessie Canoe. It's very brittle. See if we can get some into this pipe. Yeah, he's great, is old Monty. We sat down together last night to watch the final episode of an old BBC dramatisation of Mansfield Park. I shall put a picture up. Monty was enjoying that. He's obviously a fan of Jane Austen. Right. Okay. We're locked and loaded. Oh, what's that? You're a jittering wreck with modern technology, but I suppose it's needed. eBay notification. I'm not interested. But I do need to keep an eye on the Amazon. I might as well leave those on top of me Swede. Oh dear. It's just all go. It's just 100 miles an hour in this place sometimes. So, I'll get this thing started. And thanks, by the way, for all the votes of confidence and prayers in my well-being and healing and one thing and another. Certainly worked. I've had food poisoning before and it's lasted a month. I don't think this will. Must have been the chicken. There must have been a dodgy bit of chicken or undercooked or something. Who knows? But, yeah. Very nice this, by the way. Might get it again. I quite like Pessy Canoe tobaccos. They're not very complicated. And always smoke smoothly. They're nice. They're not harsh at all, no tongue bite. Very nice indeed. Well, I have to keep doing Face ID. I wish this just stay awake and stop going to sleep. Anyway, sorry, you're not really interested, are you, in my Amazon crises? It is a pain. So anyway, yeah, thanks for all the good wishes. I went to bed reasonably early. Not terribly. I slept through. I was awake before Monty again, which is good, which meant I was able to come here and get a good bit of meditation in and prayers. And he was still asleep when I went back to the caravan. And so we played for a bit. Now, what came today... Right, I don't like clenching pipes with my old teeth. One was this. Now, this dates to 1790. I'm not going to get up from my chair. No idea if you can see it or not. And believe it or not, very heavy, beautiful weighted, weighs a ton. That's a silver topped and handled. Well, it was for vinegar originally, and you would have seen a pair of these in cruets. But I've got it. This opens this here. This opens the lid. It's like a little ewer, really. Ground pond heel at the bottom. That's how it's made. Lovely, lovely cut glass. And a fine and elegant thing. Cost me about £10, which is ridiculously cheap. And anyway, I'm going to put my wine in that for my Holy Communion, for Holy Mass on Sunday. So that will have some communion wine in it. And during, of course, the Mass, I can then pour it into the chalice with that. I have a very similar one coming. Again, solid silver. This dates to about 1790. I've got another similar one coming for about the same price this week, God willing. And that'll be used for the water, because in the chalice, not this chalice, we mix water and wine for Holy Mass. This will be of no interest to most of you. The ins and outs of holy religion. Ah, what a bore, you'll be thinking. Well, I've got two more things to show you. But anyway, that's the reason why I bought that. I do have all the stuff I need for Mass in the container, but I have no idea which black box it's in. I think I've marked all the boxes. It's probably at the back, though. And these are frightfully cheap. All the things I'm going to show you today cost about a tenner. But it's all to do with knowledge, really, and know what you're looking for. Now, feast your eyes on that. A lovely Victorian in the Georgian style. I thought it was Georgian originally. Teapot. Now this is for one of two things. I thought for 10 quid, and it's very weighty, it's Britannia metal, which is a lot heavier than a normal electroplate. Really heavy metal with lots of silver applied. Now that, for 10 quid, I mean, you could use that to water your plants. Your little plants, couldn't you? I got it principally because some people who come like builder's tea, so it'd be nice to make them a pot of tea, wouldn't it? And what better than a beautiful Georgian style, I think that's Sheraton style teapot, but that would have been a later one, I think. That would have been late 19th century. Again, for that price, my friends, I don't care. As I say, I mean, you couldn't buy I mean, how much is a blooming plastic watering can? And antiques are always going to be your best friend, you know. They never devalue, really. And, well, they just look better, don't they? They're well made. I mean, you can imagine what it would cost to make that today. It would be considered a designer piece, costing about 750 quid, wouldn't it? But things go in and out of fashion. Let me just check this again. Doesn't seem to be any change. No, it's just still out for delivery. Right. Final thing to show you. I haven't buffed any of these up, by the way. This needs a good clean. This came from the same people. Oddly, they sent them in 2 different separate packages. It doesn't bother me. Look at that. Sort of water jug. I mean, you could use it for claret. These are jolly good clean. By the weight of it, again, Britannia metal. It's not pewter. They display well, these things, anyway, in my poldark cottage. But again, a lovely thing for water, or anything you like, or just leave it on the side with all your other bits and bobs. Looking very old-fashioned, but probably nice for water. And Britannia metal is food safe, so you can make tea in that pot, and you could put water in this. I mean, you could put wine in it if you were minded to. For your guests, if you didn't have a glass decanter, but then I've got loads of glass decanters, but that's quite nice. And all of those are about a tenner each, and then I've got another one, solid silver, actually dated to, I think, George III, or possibly earlier. I've got to have a look with my loupe. They're called a loupe, like a magnifying glass. I'll be able to date it, but I will show you it when it arrives. So those are today's mad hauls. As you can see, I'm a bit more upbeat. When I talked to you yesterday, I kid you not, I had about an hour, 2 hours sleep. I was dead to the world. I even bumped into Jim the blacksmith while I went to fetch some stuff that had been delivered, which I showed you, the hose attachments, etc. And, well, anyway, even he said I looked bleary-eyed, which I did. And, yeah, I looked it and I felt it. He watches the channel, so if you're watching, Jim, hello. Jim thinks I'm bonkers. He'd be right too. Jim is a lovely lad. He shoes horses. And you saw the water container being brought. They were great, those lads. He said, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Unbelievable. You say, yeah, I'll have one. Okay, I'll be there 20 minutes. Fine. And he deals in other things too, and skips, and he can find anything for the house and knows everybody, so we'll see how we get on. Might be able to use him for the house. Oh, the other thing that came through today was the quote for the borehole. Again, not bad, just over 12 grand. Which in borehole language is not a lot of coinage. I don't think I've ever known one cheaper than that much. They start at about 10, don't they, I think? And then you've got your VAT and everything else on top. I think this was including all the building works and the capping and I mean, it might have even been the filtration. So I don't know what to do then. I don't know whether to go for this off the mountain stuff with water, or just have a, you know, just drill. I mean, that includes the pump as well, I believe, and other things. So that'll just pump all the water up, presumably to some sort of tap. I don't know. I'll have to phone Martin. He's the man dealing with it, and find out what that actually includes. Once they've bored the hole, they then have to test the water. Which, if it's just bacteria, I'm given to understand that... Unknown caller. Oh, forget that. I don't want any phone calls. It was a London number anyway. You have to test the water once they get some samples up and goes to their labs. Now, bacteria is easier to treat. If they find chemicals, again, that's fine. It's just going to cost you more money to filter it, which you don't want to be doing, really. And neither of them are that important unless you want to drink the water. So there we go. Interesting, eh? So what I'm thinking is that a borehole plus UV and bacteria... I'm going to answer this. Hello? Hello?
Hello, mate. I'm here.
Oh, is it?
Parcel from Amazon.
Yeah, hang on.
Amazon.
Yeah, I'm going to come to the gate now, okay?
Yeah, no problem, mate. Take your time.
It'll take me about a minute.
Okay, no problem. I'll wait, sir. No problem.
Okay,
no problem.
cheers.
See you here.
Gotta go, it's Amazon. I told you this would happen. Anyway, I'll get back to you and finish off. Once I got my fan and everything. Oh, you know, I'm out of puff. It's quite a trek up there, and that fan weighed a ton. The main thing is I've got it, friends. Sorry for the interruption. But this is life, isn't it? This is real life. This is real life as it happens. The Bladeless, it's reassuringly heavy, actually. So I've just struggled down the track with it on foot. I had to leave the two other parcels up there. They weigh a ton as well. Now that will be I've got 50 metres, I think, of an electrical extension lead or something to go to the pump. And something else arrived. I can't remember what the other thing is now. Something to do with the... who knows? I haven't got a clue. Let me have a swig of me wine. I'm drinking the old... what have I got in there? My white Rioja. Oh well. I'm just glad I'm capable of getting up there. Felt dizzy today. Yeah, I felt dizzy at one point, but that was because I was doing some overhead work. And then I sort of went like that. So I don't think that's anything serious. I don't think I've got vertigo. Right, so yeah, I've got me Bladeless fan. It wasn't cheap, but then, you know, caravans can get hot. And I couldn't bear the thought of poor little Monty with his poor little hands getting into... Now, I'm sure the ones with the blades, you know, they have some sort of mesh or something. I don't care. I wasn't going to chance it. This is a bladeless thing. I've never used one before. I haven't even opened the box. I've literally come back in here. I don't even know how they work. I'll do a video of it. You'll see it tomorrow. A bladeless fan. I think they can heat rooms as well, but I don't need heat really in there. I just put the oven on, or put one of the Hobbs on. Warms that place through in no time. Mind you, if the heat is, if it's cheap to run, but I suspect it won't be. Not off the electricity. Anything that's 400 watts, 800 watts, 1200 watts, that's going to cost you. LPG is cheap, really, in comparison. Extraordinary, so. So anyway, the Bladeless fan has arrived. It's not a Dyson, by the way. They're about 400 quid, I think. As much as I love Monty, I can't quite afford 400 quid just yet. But we'll see how this one goes. I think this is a Russell Hobbs, and they're generally a good lot, aren't they? But then everything gets farmed out to China. But then it probably has to meet quality control, doesn't it? Who knows? I'll see where it's manufactured. But it'll be China. And it's all kicking off now, talking about China. They don't seem to be coming to Iran's aid, do they? Nor Russia, for that matter. Not that I take any pleasure in any kind of conflict. I don't really like conflict. I don't even like arguments. But they're always threatening death to America and death to Israel and death to everybody. I mean, they're a death cult, aren't they, that lot? They're like the Taliban. So who knows? Maybe their time is up. I'd like to see the monarchy, the Shah. And I think he does exist. Or is it a female? I've shown a picture of a rather beautiful Persian lady who is the heir to the throne, I think. It'd be nice, that. Can you imagine it? We could have a queen. A female monarch of Iran. I hope it would be called Persia again. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Talk about rubbing salt in your wounds. A female? Gosh. They don't even let them drive over there, do they? And they've got to wrap themselves up in those great big black tents so that the men won't be tempted. Unbelievable. But anyway, I digress. And I don't know what I'm talking about because I just keep getting interrupted, don't I? So I've shown you the 3 things that arrived today. My hose has arrived, the long hose, the fan, the electric cable to go to the pump. There is one other thing which I think is necessary for the system, but I've no idea what it is. I can probably look on my phone. Should I look on the phone? Can you be bothered to keep watching? And I'll tell you what it is. I don't like clenching. I have to do it in the middle. I'm always worried about teeth. Right, what else has arrived? Oh, that's right. I ordered it twice like an idiot, didn't I? The hose. So yeah, another hose has arrived. Nothing special. So I've got 2 loads of hose. Mind you, the other hose might be useful for coming from down the bank. So I might need 2 hoses. I'm probably not, I don't need that length particularly though, but there we go. Who knows? Who cares? It's all good, isn't it? It's a busy day, what with that quote. I've been dissecting the quote for the borehole. Try and make sense of it, but I'll need to talk to him because I'm as thick as 2 short planks. But for that price, it's almost... Well, you let me know what you think. I mean, I'd rather not have ICBs all over the place. I suppose there are other ways to contain water. But it's no different, is it, really? I mean, essentially, it's the same principle. But I believe boreholes are they're under pressure, so I just don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the location of the hole is basically where we would be taking it anyway for the ICB. It's just a lot deeper. And probably a lot more... I don't know. I don't know whether it'd be pure. Well, it'd certainly be purer in the sense there won't be all the leaves blowing in and all that sort of stuff, and insects dying in it and breeding and whatever, and frogs dying in it. So I think the quality of the water would be better, but of course you would still filter it. Somebody mentioned, I can't remember now, in the comments, I read all the comments, about having a secondary sort of tank where it sort of sleeps or rests and all the stuff goes down. And so what you're left with is much clearer above it to be siphoned off. It's very complex, but of course water, I think, is number one or so in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, isn't it? Water. I mean, we are 90% water. And that's why when you're dehydrated, which you can be in this weather, and if you drink too much, booze that is, you can get dehydrated. And even though you don't feel thirsty, you're dehydrated. So you're not thinking clearly because your brain's made up of water as well. And you get headaches, which you think are stress headaches. They're not, you're dehydrated. Lisa, my clerk at work, she's always drinking water all day long. Never gets headaches. And always telling me off for not drinking enough water. So I try to now. Oh dear, what a day. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I felt like it was at death's door. I mean, the combination of being tired and ill, not a good combination. Because you're mentally fatigued as well at that point. And so everything becomes monumental and colossal and threatening and difficult. So last night I had some Jewish medicine. Oh yes. Not that I'm an Israelite, but I had a big steaming bowl of chicken broth with some rye bread. How about that? That's all I had. Wasn't overly peckish, but I wanted to be kind to my tummy too. So it's just as well I had some in. My friends. I will get back to the comments. It's just been a crazy few days. And of course, you know that Monty's arrived, and that takes that time, doesn't it? What a character. I mean, you spend a lot of time just looking at them, don't you, cats, and what they're up to. He's into everything, is Monty. Oh, yes. And I tell you what, he got one of his claws into me. I was sort of playing with him, and I think they come out, don't they? They project out of the paw. By gum, it was sharp. And I got a slight cut on my finger. It's like a razor blade. And he was able to scale the mesh door. I was sitting in the caravan, I looked over, and Monty's going up like this on the scale mesh. Quite happy. Got to watch them. Got to keep them safe. But he's, I only leave him when he's asleep, and he does sleep for an hour or so at a time. The kittens sleep for a ridiculously long periods of time. So I do get breaks. I'm never away from the place. So he'll never be on his own. But I'm going to keep him in the caravan for now. I probably will have to do his preliminary vaccinations. I know some people are anti-vax. But if he's going to be outside, picking up all sorts of diseases off squirrels and goodness knows what, I think he should have at least his initial vax and a booster. I don't tend to bother with the annual boosters or whatever they are after that. I certainly didn't with Purdy, my Labrador. And she was about 17, which is really old for a Labrador. When she popped her clogs, poor love. Good dog, that. But there we are. We'll see. And I will have to think on about... is it neutering? I don't know what they call it. He might wander anyway. Whether he's neutered or not. Not spayed, that's for kitten. That's for females, isn't it? I'll work it out. The vet will tell me anyway when I go and see him. There's a vet in Bishop's Castle. So I'll probably go to that one for the vaccinations. Some people tell me, oh, no, don't stick things in them and chemicals and what have you. But you won't be saying that when they've got some feral disease caught from the local wildlife and they die. I'd rather take my chances with the vaccine for them. Although I don't have the vaccine for myself or anything. But I say that, but then I did have a tetanus jab. Because when I was in the army, I had to go away fighting wars everywhere. So I had to have tetanus and cholera and all the usual stuff. So, you know, I'm not a purist when it comes to that sort of thing. Although I do try to avoid jabs, on the whole. Right, I need to simmer down and calm down really now, don't I? I'm all a bit excitable today with all the activity. I'm looking forward to getting the fan going. I'll do that the minute I get off here, even before I edit. See how cooling it is. It'd be nice to have a bit of a breeze. It'd be interesting to see what it's like. Anyway, I think I'll stop waffling. I think I've bored you all witless, probably. I've got no sermon. I have had lots of spiritual thinkings and thoughts and cogitations in the last couple of days, but I think I need to be in a calmer frame of mind to communicate them to you. Dear. But life's good. Lovely hot day. But a nice cooling breeze goes through this bit of the forest, bit of the wood. And you get a bit of updraft going up the mountain as well. I've stopped feeding the squirrels. They're getting very demanding. They'll get their message soon. Well, Monty will see to that. When he gets a bit bigger, he's a bit small now. But he's lovely. Everybody's commented on his markings. He's got beautiful markings. And he's also got those little, you know, rosettes. Although they're not quite rosettes. But the round markings you'd expect to see on a leopard. His tummy's full of them. And some of the striping on his body is broken up with little roundels as well. Now, as he gets bigger, those might become more exaggerated. It'd be interesting to see. And he's got huge ears. And he's got a very sort of angular face rather than a round kitten face. Very angular with big ears. Huge paws, as you know. Handsome fella is Monty. I love him to death already. I feel like I've had him forever. I've only had him a few days. Anyway, that's my little catch-up, my friends. I hope you're well wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying your pipes, you pipers out there, while you listen to me go on and give you a catch-up. It's nice having fellowship, isn't it, with each other? It's comforting. I've seen all of Mansfield Park now. So tonight I'm going to watch Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. Probably watch the old BBC serial again. They're very close to the script. Rather than a feature film that has to cram everything in. They can pay more attention to the script. Almost verbatim. Marvellous. Very relaxing. And I'll probably read my book in bed. I didn't read my book in bed last night. I was just jiggered. But I did listen to a bit of audio. Shard Lake. Audio book. And that's about the size of it, my friends. So I'll wrap it up for today. It was lovely to see you. It's a bit of a longer one tonight. I think you deserved that, didn't you? More punishment. Although I did get quite good views for the even though it was short, the one last night. But I don't like being ill, friends. And I'm sure if any of you are out there, be assured of my prayers. It's not good, is it? Aches and pains. And being under the weather. And I always remember you at Mass, of course. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Father John signing out on a glorious South Shropshire evening. You all take care. And let's all chime in again tomorrow, my wee parish, and see how we're all doing tomorrow night, God willing. Ta-ra.